Welcome back to Bento Live. In this episode, we're gonna try to make a Japanese bento or Japanese bento box, actually using Plasticity and maybe using Blender later. So the idea of bento is simple, like a lunchbox, Japanese style. They're all kind of it's like a container for your foods. It's very simple. It's like there's like a container, and then it's being spaced and separated, just like a comic frame. Okay, you can make the layout as you whatever you like. It depends how you want to design the bento, but basically a shape of container, and then you make a divider. And so we're just gonna take that idea into Plasticity, delete everything. You can start with any shape. You can do a round bento or basic classic one, just rectangle, right? When you draw rectangle, it's from the corner. Tap C and you can draw it from the center. You can be really precise, but in this case, just draw that. Okay, at this point, you can actually you can make the rounded corner, but in this case I don't need to do that. And then the next thing is to make line divider. Let's make a quick one. So something like that. Maybe I just gonna turn around. Yeah, 1 2 3 4. Okay, we have 4. You can also draw a rounded one, but let's save this very quickly. This is just a basic bento box. Now what do we need to do now? We have 4 curve and all this divider, and the face is already cut automatically. So this is kind of advantageous for us. It's a little bit weird that curve become a space that we can extrude. For now anyway, select the face. The next thing, the procedure that I like to do is usually just O to inset, and then B to bevel. So there will be many ways to do this, but I think this O and then B for bevel is just one of the probably the best way to do is. There are probably like different procedures, but let's try with this for now. So inset and then B for bevel. Okay, you can be precise with the bevel to make sure every bevel is the same, but in this case don't worry too much about it. It's just like it's just for fun. Okay, and it's I want to show you the procedures because this is kind of like it's a pretty good therapy, you know, like you're thinking of a space and then you divide it like a room or like a manga panels, and now you have this divider, and then you can do funny things with it. You start with this one, the big one, right? Let's do an extrusion, very basic. Now we are creating like a wall, a divider, a safe space for our bento. And this guy is just a sheet, okay, a sheet of objects. It's nothing, it's just like a surface that is hollow. So the next thing you want to do probably to make a rounded corner. Not too much, just a little bit. So it looks nice. And then select the bottom part using option, select, patch the hole, right click. Now it's still a surface. Let's do Control 2, and then you can round this bottom area. Save. It's still not solid objects, so you want to turn off the X-ray and then I want to select the top part, option click, patch the hole. Now it's become, the sheet becomes solid. Okay, magically it's become like that. Now let's refill all the outlines again. Let's hide the solid object bento. You know what I'm trying to do? Just we're gonna extrude this. Okay, so in this case we're gonna make a cut, so we should, okay, let's just extrude it up for now, and it's gonna be a cutter, so let's delete or hide all the curve. We can keep all the curve. Now we have this bento box and all these cutter objects. So let's adjust this. Okay, select the big one, select one of this guy, and then Q, and then shift click. So this process is, it seems like a procedure. It's very, everything is very precise, kind of, right? And but there's it's kind of nice to be able to do this actually. So there's a bit of precision, but also you have freedom when you make a cut. And now, if you're unhappy with the thickness, you can push and pull. So this part is a little bit almost like a design, project, right? Okay, it's kind of nice. Select all the bottom part and then Control 2, make it rounded. That's nice. You might want to round it some areas. In this case, I don't know. I like the outer part actually a little bit thicker, so we can still do that. Yeah, I think if we want to make the top lid and then we want to make a cut just so we can open the lid, we can actually do that as well. Let's try. So this get a bit thicker. So we can still have a bit of control, some procedural control. Okay, this part is a bit broken because the bottom part is now like a different entity, sort of. Maybe if I push and pull this area, no, doesn't work. Anyhow, what I was talking about is that if you make the top part, it's gonna duplicate the top area. Now we have this curve, and with this curve we can extrude, right? So we have the lid. Just for experiment, it's gonna be the lid. We want to be able to open the lid, so we need to have a cut, just like the AirPod design the other day. It needs to have that cut in the middle. Type C. This kind of thing. maybe this need, the top part also need to have the same similar cut, so we can, but at least we can just pull this with our finger to open up the bento. Now let's see, I guess we can maybe just bring this into Blender and then do something more about it. File, select all the solid, file, save as, Bento Box. It's not a bento yet because it doesn't have the inside. Let's do an end gone, doesn't matter in this case. Open up Blender, file, import obj desktop Bento Box. We always need to rotate it minus 90 degrees in the X directions. Save. You want to turn this bento into a render bento box with something inside it, right? So this is the lid. No. Probably. Arrange this a little bit, kind of like a teaser or something. Let's try something. Let's make 512 by 768. Okay, actually 768 by 512, and we need to have our camera, Shift A, camera, view, align, active camera to view. Okay, a little bit like that. Okay, file, save again. I save a lot so we don't lose anything. Let's actually create some objects. Okay, maybe not that crazy. We need a tool, you know, like just to quickly scatter and paint. Actually, Blender have scatter. Under preference, there's a scatter add-on that is actually free. Scatter objects. I should have used this. So you can just paint and scatter. But I always forgot how to use this. So for now, we just need something, you know, to populate this area. Okay. Because in a bit later, I will show you a trick using AI, so we can kind of turn this into a bento. This part usually fill up with sauce or something. Sushi, sauce, rice, tofu. I don't know. I should have prepared more for this, but I didn't prepare. So, okay, we have this, right? Bento with whatever food. Just gonna duplicate this. Okay, we have something coming out. Okay, that looks nice. Okay, but it looks really boring, but let's try some kind of magic. Dream textures. Okay, dream textures, and then I'm gonna open up Dream Texture Node editor, and then let's see if I can do this properly. We need to specify the node tree. Okay, Dream Texture Node. Okay, so I'm gonna use a render Dream Texture Addon, and we're gonna turn this into real sushi. Okay, basically Shift A group output. Okay, this is gonna be the output. We need the input. Stable diffusion. ControlNet. Don't worry about all this for now. We can use scanny, scribble, or depth. Okay, depth is important. In this case, we're gonna use our collection. Move this into new collections. Call it Sushi or Bento. Okay, so we select our Bento collections. Plug this into the control nets, and we just need to prompt it. Prompt whatever. Prompt to image stable diffusion. The model, for the model we can use maybe dreamlike photoreal. Prompt, negative prompt, and then we can use random seed value. Masterpiece, bento, foods, sushi, beautiful. Negative prompt, ugly, blurry, worse quality, something like that. Width, height, 768. Let's see if this actually works. It's probably not gonna work, I don't know. Let's close that. So I just closed Blender. Why? Because I need to reopen it using the terminal. Show package contents. Okay, I'm running it from terminal, so we have this. We have ability to see the progress. Hopefully this is working. I don't know. Okay, it's doing something. So let me try to explain what's going on. ControlNet depth. Okay, so it's trying to. It's using Blender render depth, and then use this with ControlNet and Stable Diffusions AI to generate something that's more or less like a real sushi bento, like a real bento box. And it's gonna take a while, usually around a minute. And we're gonna have the result. Okay, that's what I was talking about. We got something. Okay, maybe I have something that I forgot to do. Turn off color management, set it to non-standard. Okay, so, need to adjust the exposure, or maybe just leave it as it is. Now we have delicious bento. Salmon, raw salmon, all kind of blocky sushi, but it's funny. It's funny, right? I think let's save this file. Save as. I'm gonna select all and then just convert to mesh. We can reshape this a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe put Suzanne on there as well. the cool thing about this ControlNet and depth method is that it's calculating the depth and then using the depth to generate whatever we prompted. So let's try to be clever. We go just online or ask AI. So should we do that actually? Front. New chat. Describe a bento box that is delicious and full of variety of sushi. A bento box. Bento. I'm looking for a prompt that it's, you know, like delicious bento. Japanese bento with delicious blah blah blah. Nikon macro. Alright. And we just need to copy paste because it's just a prompt. It's a prompt engineering. Okay, this one. It's trying. It's not the best. Copy paste. And you know what matters also? It's this dreamlike photoreal. So the negative prompt is important. Just gonna try something. Gonna get this prompt, paste it into negative prompt. Render again. So what the camera sees, so we can still rotate the camera and so figure out the layout that's best for our render. So the AI will respect that. It will still respect the shape of our bento and whatever we put on it, including this raw basic Suzanne head. You know, it's gonna try to imagine it as something else. The AI doesn't know if this is a Suzanne head unless we specify monkey head somewhere here in the prompt. Just gonna look at it and think that it's a sushi. The background could be simpler. We could specify the background to be simpler, but I think it's gonna try to create something. So now we have something that looks like eel, and then there's a bunch of objects. It's pretty random, but basically it's generating bento box for us. Variety of small foods, monkey head. So I specify monkey head this time and render again. It's fun to kind of project random, you know, like illusion, like fantasy food. This could be like a simple, actually, tofu, seaweed. We can specify what we want on it, actually. Salmon sushi, tuna sushi, maybe vegetarian options. Tofu with some sauce, wasabi. We can specify all of this inside the prompt, actually. So I don't know if we can. What is this? Okay, simple text. Now we have something else. This one actually looks like it's got caviar on it. This still looks like a tofu. Maybe pickles. This like random vegetables. We don't have monkey heads, unfortunately. the bento, a little bit broken bento box. Just for fun, we should try again a different one. Delicious food. Okay, this one. This is using Midjourney, so we need something that's more imaginative from AI. Summarize into one paragraph. A bento box is a traditional Japanese lunch box. Typically contains a variety of different foods. Delicious, including sushi, blah blah. It's gonna have to think. Okay. Copy paste. We can use different model. Maybe ref animated is better. Currently we are using Dreamlike photoreal. Anything, I think anything. I'm using anything model now. Anything model will give us some kind of anime looking bento maybe. Node frame object is not okay. It's complaining about something. Oh, okay. That's weird. I generate. I had a weird nodes just it's probably coming from a different. It's probably coming from Sverchok, and Dream Texture doesn't understand it. Okay, this node tree, by the way, is a custom node tree that's being created by Carson Katri. So it's like a stable diffusion AI model, everything running inside Blender, and then we can use nodes to set it up. It's pretty powerful. And it's up to you how you want to use this. I'm using the depth, but we can also use Canny or different ControlNet here. Canny, scribble, depth. You can scribble using grease pencil, and then actually without even modeling a 3D, you can create like a bento box. Something different. We have Scarab. Yeah, it's random. Ref animated. Sometimes a good idea, you know. Masterpiece. Foods. Colorful. I'm using ref animated model. We can render this maybe like 200 frames, 1000 frames overnight, and look at all kind of different bento. But at least in this, you know, we made a bit of effort with the bento using Plasticity. There's a different way where you actually just draw the layout, and then it's gonna make a bento for you automatically. You can use geometry nodes for that, or Sverchok geometry nodes maybe, you know. And you can populate the inside with all kind of actual 3D sushi objects. But in this case, we are using AI to recreate all kind of bento. So yeah, it's still something. Ref animated. I'll try anything version 3. I can try different model maybe later, but you get different kind of sushi, which is pretty amazing. You can rotate this too, you know. Maybe you don't like this view. Okay, if we rotate it this way, you know, to compose our creation better. Masterpiece. Bento Box. Yeah, I think the prompt is too general somehow from AI. So I need something more imaginative. Bento Box filled with sushi and a monkey head. I want to specify the monkey head. Okay, with anything model we get anime quality. We need a model that has been trained specifically with all kind of different sushi. But bento doesn't need to be sushi. You can actually find, yeah, people have been making art on a bento as well, especially the parents in Japan maybe, or different country, inspired by, you know, it's an art. With an art, it takes a bit of effort. And I want to, for this, you know, maybe we can arrange this a bit better, and so we don't just put food on the bento. We can just specify, okay, artful foods and sushi. I still hope that we can have monkey head, but we don't have. I have a feeling we can do something more with the maybe the scale. Masterpiece crafted bento box filled with artful foods and sushi and a monkey head. Donuts. As you can see now, the bento composition has changed. Okay, we can actually specify the bento box on top of wooden table, or you know, like with what color. You can specify all that. The more random, the better. This one is really packed like sushi. Sushi zume. That's the word. We know there's a monkey head here. Just somehow the AI didn't realize there's a monkey head. Composition wise, I should have put this on frame. So beautiful bento box. We don't need to specify Nikon, whatever. Bento box on wooden table. Let's try one last time. Hopefully we have monkey head this time. Oh, with the ControlNet also. Yeah, we are using the depth. I was thinking the depth with a canny. Open post normal map. Normal map might actually give a different result also. I don't know if we can combine two ControlNet. If we use the normal map, maybe it understands that there's a monkey head here as well. And collection and image, we can actually render this with all kind of shader, and then we can give color to the monkey head. and that will be taken into consideration. So at the moment, of course, it's a, yeah, I don't know, it's a, why it's, you don't get the monkey head. Maybe I can try normal map. It might complain. Current value 0 match no enum in the dream prompt. Okay, it's trying. It's trying. I don't know what we're gonna get. But the whole process, making the bento container, put the things inside it, it's a typical, you know, like the whole process in the workflow in 3D. The AI part is kind of like a big jump, a big shortcut. I mean, you probably can feel this with a proper 3D objects. At least the shapes matches what you want to create for your bento. Okay, we got something. I don't know where the monkey head is. I think it's it doesn't see the monkey head, unfortunately. But anyhow, yeah, hopefully you understand the whole process now with the Blender, AI, Plasticity. It's gonna be kind of the future of making a concept art or making like a render. Hopefully you find this useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.